We started Cuba Cultural Center in 2010, and our first program was a small community meal program in a small storefront down the street here in downtown Cuba. We very quickly outgrew that space. We also had a small food pantry of about 6 or 8 member families. Now, 9 years later, we have enrolled over 1,600 families in our food pantry. So primarily by word of mouth, we've just grown exponentially.
It's a lot of people. Like you don't think about that many people being in such a rural area, but our services really reach thousands of people, and it's wonderful.
We're really excited to have been given the opportunity through the SEED grant to expand our trauma-sensitive approaches. So we conducted a survey, it was in the fall of 2018, and we found that for a lot of folks, that both their personal trauma histories and the systemic trauma that comes from living in poverty day to day really impacts how people approach coming to places like food pantries and community meal programs. And so through the SEED grant, we're transitioning our community meal program to a restaurant model where it's a little less institutional, and by being less institutional, people feel they're being served with better dignity and respect. And we're hoping to bring in wait staff who will actually be able to wait on our patrons when they come to the community meal program. This SEED grant money is allowing us to focus on both emotional and physical safety. So we're adding signage that will be in multiple languages in Braille. We've taken out seating that was uncomfortable in our waiting area and have been able to put in seating that is much better for our consumers. And we're really proud of our little play area where parents can come and entertain their children while they're sometimes waiting for their food distributions. So a lot of people probably aren't accessing our services through no fault of their own, but just because trauma impacts how you think about things and how you, what decisions you make. And so in an effort to be the best providers of service that we could possibly be, we began to talk to our clients about how we could make things more comfortable.
Switching to trauma-informed care, it really makes you put yourself in the client's shoes. It makes you ask questions that you didn't even think needed to be asked.
One of the things that in some communities people face are this idea of there are deserving poor and there are undeserving poor. And what we have found is that everyone deserves food. Food is a human right, and it doesn't matter what I think or anyone else thinks about the choices people make. People have a right to eat and to healthy and nutritious food. So I think when you spend time with people who are struggling with food insecurity, some of those misconceptions and preconceived ideas can melt away, and we understand that we're all part of the human race.